11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream rise to the top, oh yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I want that. Not sure. All right. Welcome to GUFONRadioStream. Oh, welcome. It is, I believe it's Thursday. That's what they tell me. Yeah, I thought it was Wednesday. July 30th, 2020, the year of the aliens. So, aliens don't exist. Prove me wrong tonight. I have come to the conclusion they don't exist. UFOs exist because they're they're UMPs, unidentified moving phenomena. Is what an UMP is. You know what I mean? We're in 1080p tonight. Do I look 10 times different? I mean, to me, I see more hair. Yeah, I see more detail. That sucks. But it is in 1080p. StreamYard's giving a week for free to try it out. Is it worth the extra $20 a month? $40 a month. They do. Yeah. Yeah. It's sharp. I don't want it sharp. I need more grain on this old face. That's why we have these. For nights we don't sleep. For days we're sick. Capiche? Hold on. I got a routine here. There we go. All right. Seeing UFOs. That's the hat. That's the old website. What is CNU? What is it an acronym for? It's not an acronym. It's a play on words like license plate. Like a license plate. Yeah. How does it? Snoofo, snoof. It's CNUFOS. Seeing UFOs. Duh. Anyway, roll call. All right, we're going to start at the bottom, work our way up. Closer encounters. Ho, ho. Hey, hey. Hi, hi. Long time no seesaw. Good to see you, brother. You turned me on. That's right. To the StreamYard. Rich, you got to try the 1080. I said, they don't have 1080p. It's brand new. It came out today, 7 hours ago. I'm like, no, it didn't. Here's the link. I checked the link, and sure enough, that goosh all over my face. All right, Stu Garson. Stu Garson, Canadian UFO guy. What's up, Rick Realm? 2 R's are better than one. Paradolia or not. Welcome to the show. Good morning to you. Slim Jim, how do you say? How do you be? Snap into Slim Jim. Brian Huthmacher. Welcome to the show. We'll come up with the nickname if we see you again. Willie McBee, Willie McBride. He knows how to slip and slide. That's awful. That was stupid. Maureen Green Manalishi with the 2-prong crown. Welcome. Reekin Havoc says he likes the hat. HAT. That's this. Some people call them caps, as in baseball. Julian Latour. Welcome to the show, man. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate that. Mervyn Pervin. Welcome to the show. From the UK, you say? No? Huh? Yeah. Maureen said, Rich, you don't look like you have COVID anymore. I looked like I had COVID? Oh, from the old 720. Yeah. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Rodrigo Vieira. How you doing? DHP's in the house. Dark Hour Paranormal. DHP. He's got a good show coming up, an interview in a couple of days. I don't know. What was that guy's name? Like Keith Anthony Blanchard or something. He's like an author, an intuitive, a contactee. He wrote the book, Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, I think. I don't know. It's on August 2nd. He comes on 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's Dark Hour Paranormal. Rick's Realm, he comes on just about every day, too. You guys got to check out their shows. Good friends of the show. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Hey, Coral Ann in the TV set. Yeah, thank you very much for everything. And I'm already done. I can't do anymore. If you're here, I'll see you. I'll say, hi, Great Plains Drifter. What do you say? How do you be? Dobre Marinov. How you doing, man? Jaime said hi before I did. Yeah? No drink? You don't do your Red Bull no more. No nose. You don't even have coffee. I have nothing to drink. We'll get that handled. Ma! You know what? Lufon's here. All right, we can start. I told you he'd show up. No fool, Lufon. What do you say? How do you be? Yep, we're in 1080p tonight. Enjoy it while it lasts. I don't know. Is it worth 20 extra bucks a month just to look at this? I mean, yeah, you know what? It is, because then you get the videos I play in the HD. I'm doing it. It's done. Yeah, we're going to do, if it doesn't crash. That's this whole test. Anyway, StreamYard stepping it up. I was pretty much a dick because I didn't like the last episode. And my internet, when I looked at it, was perfect the whole night. Not a problem. You can look at the data that comes in. Did you know if you have a company, you go on the app and you can see how consistent your connection is all day. It does the last 6 months if you want to check it out. It's amazing. So I looked. Oh my God, I just realized I played the old intro instead of the new one. Oh, Grimwich. I forgot. It's so new, I forgot. All right. So tonight, obviously, we're going to talk about whether aliens exist or not. And what I'm asking is for your opinion. You don't have to call in. I'll put the number here, but the lines are open. And I think I could only take one. I don't know how to, oh yeah, I think they did fix it. I can group in people, maybe, I don't know. Here's the number. Because I don't think aliens exist. I don't. Okay, let me rephrase it. This is what I'm really looking a conversation to have. Aliens aren't here on Earth. They don't exist here. Really? Do you really think it's like Star Trek where there's an intergalactic group of people that decide everything? You know, oh, we're going to have, you can't go past that zone there. That's the neutral zone there. That's where the Klingons go. That's where we go. Do you really think it's like that? You've got this sector. If you go all the way over here, it takes 100,000 years, but you can, boom, warp drive it. You really think so? You think there's aliens out there that look just like us? Really? The reason I say this, because I don't believe, I got to stop pounding the desk. I'll find a different way. I think I'm going to put the microphone on the wall. It'll be further back, but you'll get a different view. I'm going to do that this weekend, tomorrow. What's tomorrow, Friday? Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow, someday, whenever I get to it. COVID. So I don't think they're out there. Hold on. Here. Hold on. I'm going to put the number on the screen like a smart person would. I should have done this. Yeah, I changed my mind on the show. I'm still going to talk about the other thing, about people that we don't give a shit what they say or do. We're going to love them no matter what. You know? Brian Sprague. We'll talk about it real quick and then we'll get back to it later. Now, a lot of people know Ryan Sprague, right? Do aliens exist? Colon. All right, I got that ready. Oh, but this guy, this kid, got into ufology based on lies. Lying about being an investigative journalist. You've heard Dave Scott talk about it. I've spoken about it. Other people have talked about it. But nobody cares that the kid lied. He didn't have any real good history UFO hunting. I think he was more like maybe even a ghost guy more than anything. But he was a writer working as a barista when he got into ufology and kissed the asses of everybody you could. I could have done that too. I've said this before. When I first got into ufology and I didn't know anything, I made more friends you can shake a stick at, getting on radio shows, learning. I saw a glitch. Is it glitching? You got to let me know. You got to let me know. Julian is the new advanced system keyboard AI. Thank you. Thank you. Not glitching. It did over here. Okay. Just here. Hold on, I'm going to open something up. I am going to leave open the GUFON chat on Messenger. So if you guys see anything, whoever's can go to that chat, you're here, I know you. Just type in, it's glitching, I'll see it. Unfortunately, I don't trust anything here. StreamYard says they're going to give us 1080p. It better work. It better not do the old... It did for a split second, Rick's Realm. Me too. Okay. Okay, so we had our first glitch. It was just for a split second. Like the internet said, what? Oh, okay. We're doing 1080p for the first time on StreamYard. When we use OBS, because I think I have a shit box over here, a shit router with the shit internet connection. Anyway. So Ryan posts on the internet a tweet about defunding the police. And let me pull it up for you because it's really it's bad. It's pretty bad. I mean, I'm not wrong. COVID. See, I had it up and ready. Now it's not here. Now I got to find it. I know where it is in 2 seconds, but you know what it's going to make me do? Yeah. It's going to make me look. Yeah, I knew it. I know. This is my life. Nothing's easy. Nothing is easy. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, man. Got it. All right. I think I showed this yesterday on the show. Hold on a second. Let me share it with you. There it is. Tell me, is that bad, what he said? Maybe I'm wrong. Keep fighting back, Portland. These pigs and fatigues will soon learn that our cities won't stand for their bullcrap. Take your city back and F shit up. We're all watching and stand with you. Wow. So he's one of those. He's one of those. That explains everything. Far left. I know I said I wouldn't talk politics. Well, screw it. It's part of what this is about. Obviously, he is a millennial. Right dab smack in the middle. Perfect. You can tell by his eyes. That's these pigs. Now, there's videos on the internet, and they're from channels that do what's called an audit. They audit the police. That means they're going to watch the police. You're allowed to record the police. You can walk into any federal building, any government building, because it's funded by the people. You're allowed to walk in and film people working because they're public servants. And when those cops break the law, I get so upset and angry. I post stuff like that on those videos about a dirty cop. About dirty cops on a channel that shows dirty cops. Cops that break the law because they don't like what you're doing, or they don't like the way you look, or they don't know the law, which is most of the time. This is different because we all know what's happening is all bullshit anyway. George Floyd, whatever, remember? I can't breathe. That guy was a drug addict. He put drugs up his anus and probably swallowed them too. Who knows? He knew he wasn't feeling well. And he said, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. The guy was on the back of his neck, but that's not where you get choked out. You get choked out here. He was talking. It was just all bullshit after that. They took down the Columbus statue, and in place of the Columbus statue, put a 3D What are those things called? 3D, like it's in the air. They put a 3D rendition of George Floyd's face or something on there in place of the Christopher Columbus statue. And they're going to be doing it all over. All the places where statues were taken. George Floyd, Jeffrey Epstein had the same coroner. Yes, they did. Drugs up the anus. Hologram. Thank you, PVS. Power vapor supply. Thank you. He did smoke them. He had a lot of drugs in his body. He was he put a loaded gun to a pregnant woman's belly. I mean, this guy's got a rap sheet, He's a pretty bad guy. And they're idolizing him with the hologram where Christopher Columbus's statue, the guy who supposedly, we know he didn't, but for the record, we'll just say Christopher Columbus discovered America. He was Italian. Now I'm offended. That's right. So my point is Ryan Sprague is the problem with what's going on in the world. He's a part of the problem. I can't look at the guy ever the same. And I know some of you won't look at me the same for things I'm saying. But anyway, that was going to be part of the show tonight. You know what? I'll break in and we'll talk about someone else next who we shouldn't trust in ufology. Why are these people allowed to get away with this shit? Because that's Twitter's narrative. That's Twitter. You can get away with that on Twitter if you say that. But if I said we should never defund the police, do you know how stupid it is to defund the police? Instead of waiting 10 to 15 minutes for a 911 call for a cop, you're going to wait twice as long if they defund and fire a bunch of cops to save money. I know that's not what they're doing everywhere, but defunding is going to have a ripple effect. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. $1 billion in New York's police fund has been. Do you know how much $1 billion is? Holy shit. What a dumb freaking world I'm living in. The police aren't the problem. You know what the problem is? You know what the problem is? These are criminals. Most of the time. Yes, cops make mistakes. All right. I got to get that. I'll be right back. I'll play a video. Some shit just fell over. I don't know how. I don't know how it fell away. I don't have any videos to play because I wasn't going to do that tonight. You're going to have to give me a second. Damn it. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. It's going to take me about 20 seconds. I'll be right back. All right. It's that fan back there. You see it in the blue light? It just fell over. I don't know how. It's on a stand that's screwed in on the bottom, and it fell over. So I looked down and the screw's bent. How in the world can that happen? And I also, you lock it in with this, you put it in the little clip and then it goes in so it doesn't move. It's bizarre. That thing's fallen, I can't tell you how many times. So I don't know what's going on with it. Anyway, it's not on. Did you guys see it fall? There must have been a video playing, I think, at the time. I'll have to look back at that. I don't know. What was I talking about? Oh, okay. Well, as I was fixing that, somebody sent me a link to this conspiracy. I thought it would be interesting before we get into do aliens really exist? It's a new conspiracy out of China. Well, come on, man. This is so... I live in bizarro world today. All right. Where'd it go? Here it is. COVID. I'll pull it up. Hey, Mr. DB Cooper 77. A $5 super chat, $4.99. Yes, a like and subscribe would be nice. Thank you for the $4.99, my friend. Appreciate that. That goes right into the next thing. All the money that's ever been donated through super chats and whatever, it's all gone to the new computer and the UFO drone. Told you I wasn't going to let that money just go in my pocket for no good reason. It's bringing it. We already got one supposed UFO with the drone. Could it be a bird? I don't think so. Could be. What was I going to do? Oh, okay. Pulling up the article. Here we go. This is weird. Has anybody gotten mystery seeds from China? Yeah, check it out. Not now. What do you know about the mystery seeds from China appearing in U.S. mailboxes? A strange scam has been sprouting up in the mailboxes of Americans across the country. From New York to Washington State, a growing number of people have recently reported receiving unsolicited shipments of seeds that appear to have been sent from China. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says the puzzling packages appear to be part of a brushing scam, where folks receive items they've never ordered from a seller who then posts false customer reviews to boost sales. The agency is urging residents to report the packages and issue the warning, "Do not plant seeds from unknown origins." Here's everything you need to know about the mystery Chinese seeds. What do they look like? Well, they look like standard mail, placed in a light gray or beige envelope, depending on who you are, according to images shared by authorities. Some of the labels state that the packages are rings, bracelets, or other jewelry, when they actually contain clear, sealable plastic bags filled with unidentified seeds of different sizes, shapes, and colors. One of the labels received was labeled bonsai. Who's receiving them? Oh, this is not easy when you don't feel that good. 50 states have reported receiving the suspicious bundles. So everybody's receiving. Several local agriculture departments, including Pennsylvania and Delaware, said they've been notified about people receiving the packages. The New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets told the Post Thursday that it has received more than 500 reports of the shipments. It's unclear why they were sent to New York City. New York City, people grow all sorts of things in their offices, in their little greenhouses people have on penthouses. And how about the park, Central Park? You go to the park, you plant a seed, you get an angry tree. And what's the tree made of? That's right, COVID. It's a COVID plant. When it grows, it buds, right? and then it spits out little things, and that's it. It'll never go away. That's what I would think. What are the dangers? Some states, including Washington and Alabama, have labeled the shipments as agricultural smuggling. Agriculture officials say it's crucial for folks not to plant the seed so as not to introduce invasive species, which can displace or destroy native plants and insects, severely damaging crops or bring diseases. Capiche? Yeah. I don't understand what this world is anymore. It's bullshit. It's bullshivalry, bullshittery. It's all bullshnikey. Well, it's interesting, but I'm not too worried. If I get anything that can become edible, live, eat. Wait, I already said that. If it can die, it can bleed. No, if it can bleed, it can die. Okay. Anyway, so if anybody wants to call in, the number, because we are now going to talk about why aliens don't exist. They just don't. You can call in if you want. Let me get the screen set up for it so I don't miss anybody. Telling you, man. When you call in, don't worry, your number won't show up. You know, it is impossible to prove. So this is an easy one for me. This is harder for you. If you want to, J-Rod, you want to see J-Rods for real? All right. Tell me when the video was made. When was it captured? Who is it of? Who shot it? Where'd it come from? All right. Came from S4, snuck out, right? Very important people. All right. It's always that. I mean, I like J-Rod. J-Rod, right? Isn't that the one that looks real? The eyes? That looks like a real alien to me. But the way it was made, I don't know. Let me pull up J-Rod. Let's take a look at this bad boy. This is the bad boy of ufology, of all aliens. Is it J-Rod? Am I forgetting? Hold on. It's J-Rod, right? Yeah, here it is. All right, here we go. This is J-Rod. This isn't J-Rod. This is the Area 50. Is this the Area 51? That's, no, the Area 51, this one here. Hold on. Oh, dude. Oh, come on, Rich. This one here. Oh, wait, this is a 90s guy.
It's a remarkable piece of footage. If it's a hoax, it's very well done. If it's not, then I would say it's probably revolutionary.
It's a fake, in my opinion.
If you continue to ask questions that are out of bounds, I won't hesitate to terminate this interview.
This is powerful because this is not a staged event. This is real.
Interest in UFOs and Area 51 is at an all-time high. Last year, a highly rated TV special and best-selling home video, Extraterrestrial Origin.
Hold on. I don't know. I'm probably going to get in trouble for playing this. It looks like a documentary I've seen before. I've seen this before. Look, we got, remember this guy back in the day? What's that guy's name? Remember this? That's the guy who smuggled it out. What was his name? Victor? This is good stuff. I don't know if I can play it, but we'll play the video anyway. If I have to remove it, I'll remove it. Here we go. This guy. And then the funny thing is the way it coughs, it looks exactly like puppeteering to me. This isn't J-Rod. This is not J-Rod. What's the other one? This is J-Rod? Right. What's the other one? Oh, Alien Bob. Jesus, man. Bob, J-Rod. I mean, you know, you get over 50, things get a little bit hazy, especially, you know, when it's 4:20 a half hour ago. I watch them cough, and then they shine a light all like craziness. Here it goes. Gonna start coughing, J-Rod. Skinny Bob. God, thank you. Thank you, Travis. Skinny Bob. I'm so dumb. We'll look at Skinny right after this coughing. I don't remember this part down here being so basic. Like anybody could have made this. What is he? He's behind something you can't see, and you know, it's all bullshit. So stupid. It's so stupid. I never thought this was real. Never. Watch this. And of course, they came out with an explanation why these so-called Area 51 doctors were shining the lights, because they didn't know. They didn't have the same anatomy as a human. So, you know, you know what? It's got a skull. It's got two eyes. It looks like a little nose and a mouth. It looks pretty similar to me. If you're coughing like a human, you've got an esophagus like a human. COVID. It's COVID got him. You know, it's funny because if it was a real alien, you would see parts of the eyes, you know, like the skin would get wrinkled or it might move. It never moves. That's why they're hiding it as much as they can. I hate this video, but I love it. Ah, he pulled on the mouth a little bit. He opened it up. I don't know. Where is this guy? He's shining in such a way. He's not going to get a good view. Why doesn't he just turn the alien around? Right? Turn it around. Get him away from the desk and look at him. But you can't, because then you'd be seeing the puppeteer. Hey, this guy's working on his eyes and stuff. I don't know. Oh, I'm so embarrassed for ufology right at this very moment. I am embarrassed for ufology. Skinny boob. All right, here we go. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's dance. Ba-da-bum, bum, bum. Ooh, 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 ooh. Come on and dance. Come on and dance. You may not get to romance. You know the aliens coughing and they're super stalking and they got to get down to UFO town. Big old jet airliner won't carry Skinny Bob away. Oh, big old jet airliner coming here, stealing Skinny Bob away. Here he is, Skinny Boob. You want to call in and shoot the shit? Do aliens exist? I say they do not. 623-242-2637. Open lines. Come on. What are you scared of? A little conversation about aliens? It's just me. This is supposedly. Look how sad he is. I wish I were home. I wish I was with my alien friends. I wish they'd stop calling me skinny. I'm actually fat for an alien. I'm sad. I'm lonely. This isn't the original video, is it? Can't be. This is just like dramatics, right? Is he buck teeth? Uh-huh. I'll wait till I did that go. So, Skinny Bob might be real. Let's take a look. I think this one shows it. How you doing, Bob? Got a big head there. What are you doing, thinking? I'm always thinking. That's what I do. Hey, Bobby. Please don't call me skinny. All right. So what are you thinking about? Oh, computing powers. Just computing. Wormholes, black holes, dark holes. Anything that's a hole I'm thinking of. Why'd you change your voice? So you don't understand me. You sound like Tyler. Because Tyler's an alien, you dick. So I don't believe aliens exist. No matter how good this is. I don't think aliens are here on Earth. That's what I should have put down in the title. I don't think they're here. I know it's going to make some of you very, very angry. Because you've been abducted. Okay, I get it. I know. It's a risk talking about this. But do they really exist? Where can you prove to me that aliens exist? Call in 623-242-2637. Hey, we got a caller. Hold on. Let's get that in there. Can you hear me? Hello? Hey, Reese. Hey, Jaime's calling in. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm calling from Mexico. Guys, come on, call in if you want to talk. If you don't want to talk, I'll keep talking. So, the reason aliens don't exist, we don't have a body. We don't have verifiable footage. We've got a million stories, literally no joke, about alien abductions, no evidence. Implants, that Lear doctor guy, what was his name? John Lear? Bob Lear? He's a Lear. Took out these implants, to me, glass, sand, rocks. You know, your skin is the largest organ on your body. And throughout life, it is constantly in motion. Believe it or not, if you tripped and fell on your knees when you were young in the playground and you know you had a cut, maybe a little piece of glass gets in there at 6 years old. Well, what does gravity do? Pushes that shit down. They never got it. They thought it was out. You thought it was out. Everything healed up. You were fine. But that little tiny sucker winds up in your foot when you're 48 years old. And you don't know where it came from. So you go see a doctor. Doctor says, there's something in your foot. It could be magnetic rock. What could it be? Could it be quartz? Could it be thermite? Is it thermite? No, that's the burning substance. You come out of nowhere and say, you know, when I was 6 years old, I was abducted. It's an implant. I knew it. I don't tell anybody. And they hung up. Person called. Oh, hold on. Damn it. Hold on. Don't call. Motherless. I forgot to turn off something. Hold on. Hold on. I have it on call forwarding because I wasn't home earlier. Hold on. Hold on. It is disabled. What is going on? Hold on. my God, I'm going to kill myself. It says it's off. Hold on. And here it's on. That's so weird. It said disabled. Okay. You guys can call back if you want. It's good. Call back in. There we go. Area code 510. Welcome to the show. Who's this?
Hello.
Hey, who am I speaking with? Oh, you have to turn off the volume over there.
This is Mr. DB Cooper.
Hey, what do you say, man? How you doing?
Okay, yeah, hold on.
Thank you for the super chat earlier. Appreciate it.
There you go.
So what's going on? You think aliens exist? Prove me wrong.
No, but this is an interesting question that I think would be cool, I guess, for the audience that's listening right now. So wouldn't it be just an interesting phenomenon if like every single report of a UFO was like wrong? Like imagine like if every single report ever was wrong. Ain't that just as crazy as a phenomenon, I guess, as like UFOs even existing? And
yes.
I'll make it short. I'm not going to take much of your time. So that's a question that I'm asking. So wouldn't it be just as crazy if all the reports were fake?
Absolutely. I've thought of that. And not fake, but just people got it wrong. That's it. Because there's never any real good evidence. And I know some people will tell us, well, there's some video out there that's awesome. Nah, not really. No.
Right.
Not really.
And honestly, look, every from the best researchers right now that I guess some people will not, butt heads about, from Richard Dolan's, the Greers,
yeah,
to all the best people that I guess that are existent right now in the ufology world. That's the question that we're all butting heads about, really. And right now, the biggest thing in ufology, I guess I would say, is this whole what was it? Now it's called the Tic Tac.
The Tic Tac, of course.
What do you think about the Tic Tac?
I really, if you go by the witness, yeah, it could be a UFO, but like an alien technology. But we have been working with hypersonic drones the last 10 years. So is Russia, so is China. So
right.
why
honestly,
yeah,
I think most of the shit that we see, honestly, right now are probably our tech, honestly. I think like 99% of the shit that people see right now in the air is probably tech that we have that people just don't know about, honestly, when people refer to UFOs. But yeah, the real question is, what you're saying, is there aliens? Have they been here? Man, bro, yeah, that is a super crazy question. And that's why I just wanted to fucking put that out there. It's just like, you know what, wouldn't it just be so crazy if all these people from the Betty, the Hills, everything, all those cases that were so special in ufology, God, what if all those are just fucking fake? God, right?
That would suck. But let's go back couple thousand years and look at the little figurines they made and the artwork, and certain things look like aliens. There's no doubt about it.
That's what boggles my mind, honestly, Rich. When I go, when I research ufology, right? When I look back at those things, cause you gotta look back, okay, like past before the 40s and the 30s, and before pop culture and UFO took a hold of of everyone.
Yeah.
So for a while, it just became like a pop culture thing. So ufology after the Betty and the Betty Hill case.
Mm-hmm.
It just became now like the Grays. That birthed the Grays and shit, After that, there were so many cases involving the Grays and shit. That's why I said, man, I was like, okay. I was like, God, are all these people just fucking, are all these people tripping?
I think it might be something that's within our DNA. You know what I mean? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm getting another caller here. Let me bring him on.
Okay. Oh, can you? Oh, because I can hang up, bro, and let you keep actually talking. You know, I just want to bring that shit up.
Oh, hold on one sec. Hold on. Is the other caller there? Is there another caller here?
What's that? Oh, I don't even know if we can hear him.
Oh, this is so weird. Yeah. All right. Well, they're not saying anything. Well, I don't know, man, but if you want to talk about this as going back thousands of years, there's still really no proof that we have seen, you and me. There may be proof underneath the pyramids, or maybe it's taken out already, but there's so many strange things if we even talked about what's in the pyramids. I don't know, man.
Pyramids, shit like that, yeah, they get so deep into shit like that. Like, okay, let me ask you a question, Rich. Do you think that the pyramids were a tomb?
No, I really don't. I think it was an energy source. Somehow manifested energy.
That's what it was too. I believe that the pyramids were like a natural source of energy, bro, that you could actually pour water, and then, bro, it's just the reaction that the building is going to have with itself. It's going to provide energy, and they're not going to tell us this shit, bro. They're just not going to tell us this shit ever.
No,
because we're based on like on a petroleum like society right now, you know. So we got to pay for all this shit, you know. I mean, we got to pay for gas and everything. And believe me, they already know a better way to fucking provide energy. They're just gonna keep telling us that we got to pay for gas until the fucking gas runs out.
That's exactly right, and that could be another 100 years. There's a lot of
right now.
Yeah,
I think we are so close. We aren't that far advanced right now, honestly. And that's what I hate in society, because I believe that those kind of things exist where we can actually help our society grow. But we're not gonna, you know, all this shit has become politics, and now with COVID and fucking, and then the protests that happened, you know, this year. I mean, the last 6 months have been fucking crazy, bro.
This whole year since January. What's that?
Oh, I'm just saying, society in America, like the last 6 months. Me growing up as a kid from the '80s, you know, I'm a baseball, fucking 4th of July loving dude, man, and that's how I just grew up, you know. So society for me in the last 6 months, it's just changed so much. Ufology has a piece of it. All this tic-tac shit that's going on, like I said, like I don't know if they're trying to just do this shit also for themselves, to just fucking make money off of it at the end of the day. But there's something, I don't know, there's got to be something to it, I think, Rich. That's my 2 cents.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your 2 cents. They were worth way more than that. Thank you. Well,
thank you, man.
Yeah, thanks for calling in. Anytime you want to call back, just, you know, I'll let everybody know when the number's up.
Thank you, Rich, man. I appreciate you, man. I'll hang up and I'll let you get back to your show, bro. I love you, man. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So good points, right? He brought up the question, is it all fake? Or like Betty and Barney Hill? Because after Roswell, Betty and Barney Hill, they took over and it changed everything. Area code 218. Thanks for calling in.
Mr. Reach, it's Clarence.
Hey, Clarence, what do you say? How do you be? I could send you a link if you want to come. Do you want to come on the other way and I'll just send you a link?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. So what's up, man?
I appreciate it, though. Thank you.
Yeah, how you been?
Well, I just thought I'd call in.
Well, we haven't seen you in a while.
Good.
It's good to see you back, and thank you for the info on the 1080p. How's it working? Pretty good?
Absolutely, yeah, it's working good.
That's good.
Real good.
Good. It should. I'm glad to hear that. So what's on your mind?
Well, you're talking about aliens and existing. I got a question for you. Does God exist?
What is love? You know, we can keep this up all day. You know what I mean? It's
right.
That's not the question. The question is, do aliens? Hold on a second.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hold on. Is it getting dark? It was just like getting dark in here. I thought I was losing something. Like light. So, all right, you asked me if God exists. All right. So then we would have to say, Well, apparently God made us in his image. So is God specific to Earth, or is God specific to humans, or is God specific to people that can have critical thoughts, free will, and all that stuff? Or does God a creator of every single thing? It's a very tricky question.
Yes, it is. And my point is, if God does exist, would he not be alien?
No. See, you know what? I've talked about this before. God could be the aliens, because if we're talking about alien hybridization and creating man in his own image, we could be the aliens' creation. Doesn't that make sense?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So
yeah,
I don't know, because I don't have proof, but I tell you what, if you have faith and you want to believe it, that's okay too. And
exactly. Yeah.
I think humans, they figured out a long time ago, need direction, and they need to follow guidelines, or they will just kill and do whatever they want without any consequences. So it's very interesting when you talk about the Bible, God, and aliens, I think. What's your thought on
there's
that?
a lot of reference. Well, there's a lot of reference to extraterrestrial life in the Bible itself. If you read the scriptures the way that it pertains to that, but in a lot of different works, the Marbartal and all of those talk about alien life and extraterrestrials visiting us here on Earth and yada yada yada. So I don't know. I mean, there's lots of cave drawings and sculptures and writings and so on and so forth, even though there's no physical proof, but it's no different than anything else, either you're going to believe or you don't, So.
I don't think we, well, yeah, I guess, but I don't know, man. I saw Will in the chat room said, God exists. He's not in our space and time. Even science says there are different dimensions. They said there's possibly different dimensions. I don't know if they have proof of that, but there's good science saying that there should be multiple dimensions. So that opens up a whole new can of worms then. What if these dimensions do exist? Do aliens have this technology to go to other dimensions? That to me makes sense.
Right.
What do you think on
you
that?
get in this realm. Well, I mean, when you get in this realm about dimensions and stuff, then you can get into other things like the paranormal with ghosts and, stuff like that. I mean, does it all come into the same effect? You know what I'm saying?
It might, though. It might be the same.
Yeah, it could.
They might be using the same realm. You know what I mean? Like Rick's realm.
Absolutely.
They may go to Rick's realm. They smell a nice steak and they're attracted to it, and they go eat dinner at Rick's realm. I had to do that for Rick. No, it's true. It's very, very true. They could be existing in these other dimensions right next to us. Sharing, that's, to me, that doesn't make sense. If there's so much space out there, what do they got to share my space for?
Well, that's just it. Yeah, exactly.
They're not, because they're not.
Yep.
It's another dimension. I understand. I've seen that that test, the dots, where the two window test, where something exists only when you look at it.
Right.
That's
here's one for you.
Yeah.
How many times have you had a set of car keys that you sat down, say in a dish or on your table? You come back and you can't find them. You do not see them. They're not there. You look and you look and you look and you look, and later on you come back and they're right there, right where you thought they were.
I hate that stuff. Yes, it's happened. I hate it. As a matter of fact, it just happened recently. Yeah. I couldn't find something, and I was looking everywhere for it. Guess where it was? In my sneaker. Why would it be in my sneaker? I would not.
Right.
I never would put my keys in my sneaker. They were in my sneaker. I come in the front door, I put them in the tray like I have one. It's a little square box.
Mm-hmm.
My glasses go there.
Right.
I have a flashlight, a laser pointer, and my keys. Don't ask me why. But I couldn't find the keys. I looked everywhere and they were sitting in my shoe. Unless I walked into their, see, I don't, yeah, I'm very routine. So yeah, people have talked about objects that can go from dimension to dimension. It's really bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
In Poltergeist,
Absolutely.
the movie, they had that portal that opened up from the kid's bedroom, the closet, and it went to downstairs in the living room, and all these old watches and jewelry came through.
Right. Yep.
I would love to see that.
Exactly. Well, I've done interviews with people, like one particular person from Arizona, as a matter of fact. He's reservation, lives on the reservation. He was a cop there for many, many, many years, and became a paranormal investigator. And he talks about a particular case where he went to where coins fell out of the air inside of a guy's house, literally landed on the floor in front of him. You know, coins.
That's so bizarre, you know, unless the guy, somebody was flicking them and he didn't know it. But no, look, there's stories of where there was cops that went to a house that this woman's husband was freaking out, like he was possessed. And when they went inside the house, it started to rain in the house. And not only that, the drops were going upward horizontally. It was bizarre to hear that. How can this happen?
Exactly.
I see. There may be
that's just it. We have no idea. We're not even scratching the surface yet, Rich, on some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy.
I tell you, the longer I stay in this field, the weirder it gets.
I know. I'm with you.
And I want to believe, and you know, I like watching ghost hunters. Or ghost adventures. I watch it for the entertainment value, but I like it because it makes me think a little bit, you know, like, wow, what if this is real? Even though the voice that came through on the EVP sounded like Zach, it's a very strange world we live in. I don't know.
You know, I claim to have an abduction story, you know, back in the day. And, you know, and I lived with it my whole life. And, you know, when you get people like Travis Walton and, Betty and Barney Hill and so on and so forth, all these different cases. And then you get these other UFO cases like the Kecksburg case and Area 51, which has been, you know, forever and ever and ever, and, you know, so on and so forth. There's just so much out there. It's just too much not to believe. I mean, it's just, you know, what do you do with all that, you know?
I don't know. It's not fun anymore. It's just, it's harder to tell fakes. You know, you can still see them in videos and stuff, but people are getting really good at it.
Well, yeah, that's just it. I can't hardly believe half the stuff I see anymore on videos. You know, it's just so crazy. You know, even those Tic Tacs drive me nuts every time I see them.
What do you think it is then? What do you think the Tic Tac is?
I think it's one of ours. I honestly do. I think it's man-made. Yeah. Yeah.
So I've always heard, you know, the military's got 30 years to 50 years advanced technology, like we won't see it. So this stuff that we're seeing now was supposedly out in the 80s and 70s. Or they had
of it probably was. Yeah. Well, look at like the B-52 or not the B-52, but the B-1, you know, the stealth fighters and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they had that stuff in existence a long, long time before it ever come out, you know. So, yeah.
I know. Well, I don't know.
They're working on things every day you had no clue about, you know, until it leaks, of course.
But again, here we are, no proof, just talking about it as I see, you know, people saying that there's just more talk with no proof. Now, a lot
Right.
of people get mad at me when I say there's no proof. And they said, but Rich, there's some videos that are real that you say aren't real. And like what? Oh, the ones from the military, those Navy. I'm like, oh my God. I don't know.
Nah,
No, you can't go off of that. You
no.
just can't.
Now,
It's
I'm going to tell you something though. That one video of the Tic Tac, some of those guys were trainees, okay? And what I mean by that is, especially the one that's shouting and carrying on so much, when he's in that jet and you see him put the square on it, like he's trying to follow it, and then all of a sudden he captures it in the square.
Yeah.
That's a training exercise. You know what I'm saying?
No. You mean where he captures
to me,
the
that
object?
looks more like a training exercise. When he captures it in the square on his screen.
Oh, okay.
And then he
Now.
starts shouting, "Oh, look at that! I got it! Yeah, blah 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 blah." Yeah. To me, that's more of a training exercise for him.
Oh, maybe.
Because they have to learn how to get them locked in that box. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
You listen to that. You go back and listen to it. Really listen to it and hear what he's saying. And to me, he's in a training mission, and that's what he's doing.
Well, they said they were.
Right.
They are in a training mission.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they weren't out in the war or anything.
He's learning how to use that box,
Yeah, that's why they got so excited when they got it and saw it.
Exactly.
Maybe that's
exactly
interesting.
Right. Yes.
Now you made me want to look at it again, and I said I'll never watch it again.
Well, go. I'm serious. Watch it again, because that's what I got out of it.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well,
absolutely.
Then I'm gonna do that. I'll let you go. We're gonna. Okay. When's your next show?
Tomorrow night.
Where do we go?
My time.
Where's it at?
Right here on YouTube.
What's it called?
Closer Encounters.
Okay. All right. What time?
It'll be 6 o'clock my time, which is no, I'm sorry, it's not. It's gonna be 7:30 my time. So I'm 2 hours different than you are.
Okay. So 5:30 my time.
5:30 your time. Yes.
All right. Closer Encounters tomorrow night. Any guests?
Yes, actually I got 3 coming on tomorrow.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
Well, we'll check it out. Thanks for calling in.
Cool. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Good to see you. Good to hear you. Thanks.
Right.
Thanks, Clarence.
Yes, you too.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Clarence from Closer Encounters. Check out his show. He's back tomorrow. He's been gone for about 8-9 weeks. So it's nice to see he's back in action. Interesting. All right. We'll take one more caller for the night. If anybody wants to call in. Your number will not be shown on the screen. I have it off, but you will be heard. We'll give you, if anybody wants to call in the next 5 minutes. Interesting. Very interesting. Look, I want to believe. I really do. See, in my heart, I said what you've heard already tonight. What if it's not UFOs? Aliens. That's the question. Then what are they? Then what is it? Well, okay. This isn't anything new, but I think I know. Travis, welcome to the show.
Hello, Rich.
Hey.
How's it going?
Awesome. Good, man. How are you?
Going well, buddy.
Thanks for calling in. What's going on?
Look, I thought I'd have a chat about a couple of experiences that I've had. And even with my father growing up, had a very close encounter when he was about 14 years old. He's now in his 70s. So I think this happened in 1960.
Okay.
And so he was on a fishing vessel with family and friends. So he was on a boat with about 6 other people. and they were fishing offshore in South Gippsland, Victoria, in Australia. And it's funny. The first night he told me this, I was about 20 years old, and he knew I'd been into UFOs for years. I'm in my 40s now, and we'd actually been to see the first time Stanton Friedman came out to Australia.
Cool.
And he did a talk, and I and my girlfriend at the time bought me tickets for it, and I went along, and I took my dad to see the show, and in the car on the way home, he says, that was pretty interesting, actually. He said, it reminded me of this time I saw something, and I was like, what? And he proceeded to tell me the story about how he was 14 on the boat with 6 other people, and they were fair away. It was in the middle of the night. They were fair away, like fair distance away from the shoreline. And he said, all of a sudden, there was this gigantic, bright light that lit up their boat and lit up the entire sea around them. It was almost like the sun had just suddenly turned on, and you could almost see the shoreline. The light was so bright you could see the shoreline.
Wow.
And he said it made no noise, no vibrations. It was completely silent, and it followed them out in the ocean for he seemed to think probably about 40 minutes.
Jesus.
He said, and I grilled him for as much information as I could get. He said it was that close that he said it was like standing on one side of the road and looking up at the street light on the other side of the road. That's how close this light source was to them the entire time. They were so frightened and they didn't know what was going on that they ended up ditching the boat. They finally got the boat to the shore, and this boat lived at a moor or lived at a jetty basically, and they ended up ditching the boat on the beach and running into the trees in the forest to get away from this thing before it finally left and took off.
How long was it there?
Sorry?
How long was it there?
That's as much information as I've ever really been able to get out of him. I want to sit down with him with a camera or a recorder and talk to him. I've talked to him a couple of times over the years about it, but he said it followed them for like 40 minutes. So I think by the time they hit the shore, they've just legged it and didn't look back.
God, that reminds me of the ones with the twins. And they went out on the lake and they built a huge fire that should have lasted for 4 hours. And when they left, the fire was in a roar. They saw a white light. They started rowing back. And then this light followed them. The guy flashed his flashlight at it, and they don't do that. And then the next thing they knew, they were on the beach shore, and the fire was almost out. So they were abducted. It's a very famous story.
Yeah.
Sounds like very similar. That I believe it. I mean, these things happen. Do you think these things have always been with the Earth, or do you believe it's aliens?
I used to think it was just aliens. I sometimes think that I get into a lot of spirituality, and I went through a lot of changes about 4 years ago, and I started looking for some answers. And I've had a lot of really strange experiences in my life, a lot of ghost experiences, even up into my mid-20s. And so, but yet I guess I subscribed to modern science, and I let a lot of those things go, and then slowly I get reminded of certain experiences that at the time seem very real, seem solid, seem grounded,
Sure.
seem to be part of this world that we're in. And it's not until later you realize that it was actually a paranormal experience. I've had, yeah, like, have you ever heard of a physicist by the name of Tom Campbell?
Sounds familiar.
He's one of the ones that subscribes to the concept of the simulation theory, the world that we're part of a simulation theory, a simulation.
Oh, okay.
And he speaks a lot on the science behind the simulation theory as well. So I guess you're familiar with the double slit experiment.
Yeah, tried figuring out what it was called. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he talks a lot about how there is a larger consciousness system that we've always been told is God. The idea that that God is basically this thing. It's the largest. It's consciousness, and that consciousness existed before physical matter. So, in a nutshell, consciousness started to, I guess it's like, I am, therefore I exist, or I exist, therefore I am. So consciousness was the very first thing that existed. And everything else that came after that is what we are living in now. Is what we call physical matter. But physical matter is not physical. If you talk to scientists that work at the Large Hadron Collider and particle accelerators, they refer to physical matter as being not physical, but a physical particle represents a point in space and time. It has no mass.
They're vibrating, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Like even a desk, a rock, they're really not solid.
No, nothing is actually solid.
That's crazy, yeah.
And it's the same concept in a video game. If you're in a video game and you walk up to a rock, your character stops. You can't destroy the rock. Depending on the video game, some video games you can destroy the rock, and others you can't. It becomes an immovable, unstoppable object. It depends on the confines of the actual reality or the simulation or the game itself. So we're only familiar with our reality. We're only familiar with our confines of limitations of our own reality until you start to break it down. And start to study particles and the concept of particles themselves, they stop becoming real and they start becoming information, which is how exactly computer games work. Therefore, it's the concept of us living in a simulation. So if we are living in a simulation, then someone or something created the simulation, and that something has a purpose. So Tom Campbell subscribes to the idea that sometimes the simulation will speak to you in ways that you are familiar. So some people might see Buddha, some people might see Allah, some people might see Christ, some people might see John Lennon. It really, it really, the concept of consciousness will speak to those with imagery or concepts that they are familiar with and that they can, I guess, understand or subscribe to. So, so getting back to your original question on, do I think this is aliens? I think maybe, possibly, a lot of the time it is the consciousness talking. Or allowing for you to have interactions. It might not necessarily be aliens, so to speak. So if someone is very religious, they might see God.
Right.
But if someone is right into ufology and right into aliens, they might see aliens. It really depends on the message that I guess you receive or the connection that you have. So I guess for another example is, and I know, and I totally agree with you with a lot about, I don't know if I should say his name or not. Don't know how.
You can say.
Greer. Yeah, certain Stephen Greer. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
I got reignited by his documentaries, and that got me. I had a hiatus from ufology for a few years, and then I watched his Netflix documentaries back to back about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And got interested in it again. And I'd already been meditating for a while, and before I continue, I I don't really agree with him on everything. I really disagree with what he does for his income and what he does to charge people the levels he does to go and do like those sightings and all that. I think that's pretty rich of him, considering this is something that I've had great success with doing myself. And I was very skeptical when I thought I'm going to try his meditation. I bought his app. It was like, that's another thing I'm a bit cranky about. He released a brand new app and just revamped his old app and didn't update to anyone that had bought his original app. And I was like, come on, dude, that's rough. But anyway, I bought his app about 3 years ago and I thought, oh, look, what have I got to lose? It cost me $12. I'm going to give this thing a go. And the first time I tried the meditation, to half an hour meditation, I did it probably about 9 o'clock at night. And I did the meditation and then decided to go outside and do a bit of stargazing, have a look. And, excuse me, I remember looking up at a group of stars and one star appeared to get brighter and then it blinked and the light, it was like watching one star flicker and the light from that star jumped over to the adjacent star and blinked out. It was very strange. I just remember thinking, that's weird. And then my critical part of my brain starts to think, oh, that's probably just, it's probably just light reflecting off my eyeball, or maybe I caught the end of a shooting star. But it was very unusual what I'd experienced, and but I got curious. I thought that was strange. I might try this again sometime. And of course, the next night I'm like, I'm going to have another crack at this. And I did the meditation again, went outside, and I saw a couple of airplanes. And every time I'd see an airplane, and I'd be like, oh, bugger, that's just an airplane. And then a couple of minutes later, I spotted another airplane. I was like, And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking that this is, I'm thinking if they're going to appear, maybe they might not appear. Maybe there's lots of aircrafts in the sky, so they probably won't show up. That's what I'm telling myself. And as I had that thought, this gigantic, bright, white, pendulum-shaped craft, it was like the size of the moon, but someone had pinched the moon, so it was a pendulum shape. It was massive, appeared right above my head and shot off in a blink of an eye. And I just stood there absolutely dumbfounded. My jaw was to the floor. My body rose. I had goosebumps all over my skin. And as it happened, I heard, this has been one of the craziest things about telling this experience is I heard kind of like in my own voice, my own internal dialogue, but it wasn't. I heard this sentence say, "Did you see us that time?" And I
That's weird.
I was really really blown away. And it was that from that point on, I became addicted. I thought, hang on, there's something to this. I really do feel like there's something to this. So from that point on, I ended up investing in a night vision camera. I picked up another decent camera. I started sky watching all the time. I started tracking the satellites. I started tracking I started filming a lot of stuff. But I've actually kind of dismissed a lot of the stuff that I filmed now. Once I started, even though the footage that I did get, the satellite tracking software says the skies were clear during that moment.
Right.
Every time I got a hit or I filmed something, I would refer back to the satellite tracking software, and it would always come up like nada, like nothing in my skies.
Lot. Yeah, it happens a lot.
but there are a hell of a lot of satellites up there that are not registered on that, so you can't use that as pure evidence. But there's been another time where I filmed something that was a massive orb. It was a massive orb, and I've got one of those cameras that it's not on tape; it's a digital camera that will basically it won't save the data if the camera turns off or anything like that. Like so it'll only save the data once you hit stop. And I remember being blown away filming this amazing thing that was really low. It was huge on the screen inside my camera, and the whole time I'm filming it, I'm this is probably the best footage that I've get. Like, on the screen, absolutely blown away with the footage I was getting, and then my camera shut off and it didn't save the footage, and I was absolutely devastated. And I guess that, so when looking for evidence, I just decided that, look, the best thing you can do is basically get your own evidence. Get evidence for yourself. I mean, it doesn't matter what you film. It doesn't matter sort of the experiences you have. That's never going to convince anyone of anything. But you can convince yourself. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the best evidence is your own experiences. And I guess if you're trying to convince people of anything otherwise, that you're really playing into your own ego. Why are you doing it? Why are you trying to convince anyone of anything? If they're ever going to be convinced, they'll come to their own conclusions over time, or they may end up having their own strange experiences. Evidence is completely subjective. It's personal. Some things can be amazing evidence for one person and can be meaningless to the next person. It comes down to a personal experience. So
that's it. It always does. You can't convince anybody of something you saw or experienced. It'll never happen.
No.
You know.
No.
That's
you guys hear me?
What?
Oh, can you guys actually hear me? I'm sorry, I didn't even know I was on the call.
Yeah, we had another call come in. Who else is on?
Who? The DB Cooper earlier.
Oh, okay.
DB Cooper.
And anybody else on with us? It says 3 of 3, so I might be the third one. So did you?
Okay. No, yeah.
Well, Travis,
I just had a little thing I just wanted to say. Add to this little tidbit.
All right.
So this is my little tidbit on religion, guys, and there's going to be a little spiel, and it's going to be like a minute spiel. Look, religion, guys, honestly, to me, it's always, it's so subject. But look, like I've investigated I'll tell you 2 places that I investigated. The Washoe, it's a place in Virginia City in Nevada.
Yep.
I also investigated S.K. Pierce Mansion. It's a place in Massachusetts. Okay. So these 2 places, right, that I investigated, just for me personally to see if there was any, I did this shit. I'm not doing this shit for TV or money or nothing. I just wanted to see, like, myself, there's like a certain type of phenomenon. And, in those 2 places, honestly, this is my question to people that have a question about religion, and I'll tell you, and then after this, I'm hang up and we keep going. But this is my thing with religion. People have such a thing about religion, and some people pray to Allah, to Jesus, to Buddha, whatever it is. Me personally, I've always prayed to Jesus. That's just me. Religion, I'm not pushing on anybody. But my question is, how come that some of these 2 places that I've been to seem to react to the words of the Bible? I'm like, you know what? If honestly, in the end of the day, if that's bullshit, if man created the Bible for us to just to try to be better to each other, or whatever, try to control us and shit, I wonder why these 2 places have reacted to the words that are like written and shit of the Bible. So Me personally, I'm looking for a fucking reason for why this phenomenon is happening.
Well, what do you think it is?
What do I think it is?
Yeah, what do you think why they react to it?
Man, honestly, Rich, I can't explain it to you, bro. Honestly, because I can't explain God to anybody. You know, me personally, my journey and just search of all this phenomena from UFOs to like the paranormal phenomena. You know, so I've gone to like I guess you consider one of the most active places because I'm searching for answers. You know, really, I'm looking for those answers, man. I'm looking for those legit answers of what really is. I don't want to hear fucking stories. I've seen everything on fucking Facebook and all this shit, you know, that we've all seen. I'm looking for like legit and answers for myself. But my question, this is the question, and then I'll get off right now. My question is why do certain places react to the word? There has to be something to the word, I guess, you know? I know people say that people just created the Bible, I guess, out of just fucking a way to control society. But I'm just wondering why certain places react
Travis,
to the word of the Bible.
Do you know why they might react?
I'll hang up right now.
Okay, good question.
Why do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think about that? Why are they reacting to words from the Bible?
What is your view on that? What is your view on that, Rich? Like, what do you think? If I asked you that question.
Oh, I think it's because it's because of you, and they know what you like about the word. They know what you want, so they're going off. They're feeding off for you because you feel powerful about the word God. Maybe, right?
Okay, but so I'm just saying. Look, do you believe like after you die that's it, or that there's something afterwards?
There's definitely something afterwards, in my opinion.
I believe so too.
I have a feeling.
In my opinion, of what I've seen, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I can't show it to you like this very second, but I've gone to some of the most haunted places. Supposedly, whatever. But no, I've gone to some of the places that are supposed to be like the most haunted places in America, and I've seen things that I'm like, you know what, Rich, there has to be something else. Honestly.
There is something else, but it may be something we just don't understand. Like it's always been here. Maybe it was created when the earth was created. I don't know. Consciousness came first, remember? So if that came first, I mean, that's like what came first, chicken or the egg? Something had to.
True. Exactly right. Yeah, it honestly comes down, you know what? And what it almost breaks down this question about aliens and honestly the paranormal down into that like one nutshell. It's just, what is all this shit? And it's like, is it just consciousness? Like, was it really just the Big Bang, bro, that just started all this shit? There had to be something, a spark.
Every time a computer kicks over, the software goes into a big bang and explodes. And so I think...
Well, Joe in the chat room said maybe because the ghosts, when they were people, believed in the Bible. Maybe. Or
there's another concept of getting nudged, getting nudged onto a path. And sometimes we have strange experiences.
Wait, I didn't hear.
You can't throw it out.
I think sometimes when you have a really strange experience, it tends to take you into a certain direction when that happens.
What do you mean?
And they can be referred to as nudges. You're getting nudged by consciousness or the spirit realm or your path or whatever you want to call it. It's I guess different cultures have different terminologies for it. So if so I mean, every time I've had a strange experience, it ended up steering the course of my life at that time. And so it usually ends up being a positive experience because it can change the way you're thinking at that time. It can redirect your life, or it can course you into a certain direction. And they can be referred to as nudges. So it might not be God. It might not be a specific spirit. It could just be consciousness taking a certain form that's relative to you in order to get you onto a certain path.
That is unbelievable.
Check this out. Look, check this out, bro. Look, this is something I've always told to some people, right? Okay, so honestly, look, if people believe in like in the Bible and shit, right? So honestly, nobody knows what God looks like. Nobody knows what God looks like. We are supposedly made in His image, okay? So nobody knows what the fuck God looks like. I don't care how you draw him, how people say, or what pictures you've seen. Supposedly, nobody knows what He looks like, okay? We're just made in His image. So why would you take away His power to just create shit in this world? Why don't you think He can make fucking 50 fucking universes then, if He's that powerful? And then He can make people look, aliens, even if you think about the Greys, hey, they got two eyes, 2 legs, 2 arms. Honestly, in the end of the day, they're also like in the image of God.
Yeah.
So how can you almost even say that they're not really the image of God, because we don't know what He looks like? It's a crazy question, bro.
It's in His image. Yeah, it could just be the basics: 2 eyes, nose, ears. Just could be basic, and everything else has changed.
Well, they're the prerequisites for experience: touch, sight, feelings. And you need eyes, you need hands, you need to be able to interact with your world.
But why didn't they give us eyes with the full spectrum?
Because maybe they're not necessary for the experience that we signed up for.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's too much information. So it's too much information to process.
But if we understand it from when we come out of the womb, it's not that hard to understand it over life.
Well, that would affect our brain. That would affect the size of the brain. That would affect a lot of the.
We didn't hear you. Sorry, you were cutting your.
No matter what crazy experience happens in our life as a human being, look, this is our journey, and we're going through it, and we just got to go through it, bro. Honestly, until you pass away. Honestly, and then after you pass, fuck, bro. Whatever happens, happens. I guess. I mean, whatever it is. whatever the fucking light is,
I actually don't think you are you when you die. You go back to having full knowledge of the world that you live in prior to this life.
Yeah, that's what I think.
So so you become the true you after you die, the actual you.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just living. We're living with only the knowledge of this world that we are currently in at the moment. That goes into a book on the shelf compared to who we actually are.
Right.
It goes into one small life experience out of a possible hundreds of thousands or millions of different experiences, maybe an unknown amount of experiences. And so once we come into this world, all that information is cut off from us so that we can be completely absolved into this reality and have a true experience without bringing the baggage of any prior experience.
Well, I used to say, how come we don't remember everything? Well, I don't think, all the other lives we've lived in this life, that's because this brain couldn't handle it.
Correct.
Or
and
it's
it would
not
also
programmed
affect our
for
experience.
Right.
Could you imagine trying to live going, this life is meaningless because I've already done this, this, and this, and this, and completely forget the reason why you're here in the first place? It would defeat the purpose of life.
But what is the purpose?
To another notch in the belt, another experience, another way of experience. How many different types of personalities and ways of living are just on this earth?
It's disgusting.
You have rich lives, you have poor lives, you have hard lives, you have easy lives. Why do we only have to come in and experience and have one experience? Why is there so much diversity on planet Earth, if not to be able to experience it? And who says that time is actually real? I mean, the concept of a simulation, that's why I love the concept of a simulation so much, because it can really put a lot of it could really give you a new outlook at living. What if the entire course of human life has already taken place? 100,000 years in the future has already taken place. What if we're in the middle of a simulation?
Oh,
What if we come into different bodies?
that's
and different souls come into different. So my body, my life has been experienced by 100,000 different souls. And time's no longer relative.
That's crazy. That's unbelievable. So we could come back to the year 2000, but we could literally go up to the year 90,000 if we wanted to, I guess, right? If we want to experience it, since it's already been recorded.
Already been done.
Right.
It's already been recorded. It's already it's just the only variables are the souls that come into different bodies and different lives.
Oh,
that's the only difference. It's like when we all play a computer, we buy a computer game. Everyone owns the same computer game, and everyone plays the same computer character. So, but it's a different person playing that character.
Right.
You play differently. You make different decisions. The outcome of the game is still the same. It still has the same ending, but that character has been played by millions of different people that have purchased that game. Who's to say this life and this universe isn't the same as that?
It very well could be. That's why everything seems so far away, because it's an illusion. Maybe it's just in the game. It just looks that way. Who knows? I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know.
It's fun. I mean, philosophy is my jam. I love this stuff. It really it's food for my brain. I love going over all these different ideas.
So when people see real, I'm going to say real UFOs, not fake stuff or whatever, when people have real experiences, maybe it's the creators of the game or people or the illusion.
The moderators?
Yeah, they just come in to fix stuff up, like maybe close a cloud or make a storm happen or things that didn't work. They push it to work.
Turn off a nuclear bomb.
Maybe. Exactly right. And that little UFO that came over, the reason it moves so fast, because it's a pointer. It's just like a laser pointer or a pen. And somebody's they're going, here is where you turn it on and off. And then they move the pen away and it looks like a UFO left.
It's like, why do they look like they have admin privileges?
I know. I would love it. God, wouldn't it be nice to just see behind the curtain? People have, I think, though.
But yeah, I know. And then as much as I would love confirmation would be great, but it would really screw up people's where
beliefs.
People are.
Yeah,
like
right.
It would sort of defeat the purpose on why we're here, is to come to our own conclusions, to have our own experiences. That's why I think they just don't interfere, or they interfere with the lives of some, because that's why they're here. So some people are here to have life experiences where something has interfered with their life. That's part of their life, that character's experience. We sign up for different experiences. We jump in. We only play certain video games because the character is interesting to us. Why wouldn't life be any different? Why would we sign in to a game where that character has no interest to you? You feel like it's like, I don't want to play that game. I don't think it offers me anything. Then why would I play that game? I would wait till the next game come along that offered me a character that I think I could have a good experience with.
So there's somebody out there who must have read my bio on the game and said, I want to live this guy's life because, my God, this guy got laid a lot in the 80s and 90s. That's what I want. But after that, can we just shut the body down because it's really boring? No, you don't understand. If you live to be 80, you'll see disclosure. Oh, you'll see what it's like to be a human, seeing that aliens came. That's my game.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
No, I totally agree. It's like ironic that you spend your whole life craving disclosure just to die the day before it happens. That's the way life works.
That is how my life works.
And it's like that thing that you really wanted. Yeah, you might get that another time, but not this time.
Right.
That's what I think's going to probably happen to me.
Well, it feels like something has changed recently with a lot of talk, even if it's by accident or secretly on purpose, a lot of talk about off-world vehicles, alien DNA. I mean, this is in mainstream media, supposedly by accident, but nonetheless, we've never seen this before. They try and, maybe to let the truth out a little bit here, a little bit there by accident, on purpose. Who?
Yeah.
Is it a computer hacker getting into the system? Getting into the game?
That's no. Yeah. Look, I think I do subscribe to the whole hidden government agenda, and it wouldn't surprise me if we have had crafts for a long time. But I mean, there's really no way to know. I mean, we'll find out when I guess we're allowed to find out, or if we're supposed to find out. I don't think it's going to be any. I don't think it's going to be from alien contact. It's going to come from the governments. It's going to come from. They're going to have a reason to tell us, and you really have to question why would they tell us. I'm becoming more and more skeptical about the concept of disclosure. I kind of don't see it happening. I think that a lot of it's just distractions. It's sort of, hey, look over here for a little while, and all right, now look over here for a little while. I think what the stuff we're getting at the moment is going to be short-lived. I don't think it's going to really go anywhere. That's just my personal opinion.
It never does go anywhere.
Sometimes it feels like they're preparing us for something, and then it goes dead for a few years. Then something else comes along, and then it goes dead for a few years. I mean, if they were really preparing us for something, we'd get more often. But I will admit, this stuff lately has been interesting. It's like, the media just decided they're sick of talking about COVID. Well, I find that hard to believe. They're making a mint at the moment talking about that shit.
Every day. Yeah.
It's I can't handle it.
That's why we're not talking about it here. I don't know what else to say. Shit. I had something I wanted to say. Now I forgot it. Damn it. It was good too. Can't remember. Oh, man. Shit. What were you just talking about? That's what it had to do with.
Disclosure.
Yeah, disclosure. Why it can happen. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, anyway, if I don't know, man. If disclosure, I know it's in that. I want to say it. Well, anyway, we're pretty much out of time anyway, because I went a little longer than I wanted to, but I was awesome, man. I can't believe you guys actually called. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
It was what a great conversation. You're definitely welcome to call back if we have the open lines again. Maybe tomorrow.
I've got one or two interesting other ghost experiences that I had I can talk about maybe another time.
Yeah, definitely. And there's no proof of aliens, I guess, right?
No, only the proof that you make yourself.
Perfectly said. Yeah, it's whatever you believe, your experiences. Thank you very much, man. It was awesome, Travis. Thank you.
Thanks heaps, Rich. Take care, my man.
Yeah, you too. Thanks. Bye-bye.
See ya.
That was incredible. And DC Cooper, DB Cooper, DC. I'm turning off the phone. Eggush. So no more calls. Yeah, Great Plains Drifter, I seen your comments and agree with a lot of them. It's not a lot of proof of aliens. It's hard to talk about it without trying to explain why there's no proof of aliens or what aliens may be and why we can't see them or know of them or accept it's going to happen as a disclosure event. I don't think it can happen. Man, that's fun, though, to talk about. Because maybe it's just like I said earlier, when we're in the womb. Okay. When your mother and father got together, they formed they had intercourse and that little embryo, the little sperm found its way. Then the universe gets a call. Okay, we've got one loaded up in Mrs. G. Mrs. G's got one. Who wants to go and be this guy, Richard? I think they're going to name him. You'll have a cool last name. It's going to be like Pizza, Giordano. Anybody want this guy? How was his sex life? He had a lot of sex. I'll go. Holy shit. Playmates and shit. Holy crap. I'm going to be Rich Giordano, but can I only have these 10 years? This is it. After that or before, it's useless. It's not all about sex. I just have to throw in the funny because, I don't have anything smart to say. It's hard. It's hard to be smart when you don't know the actual truth. Capiche? It's a one capiche night. We got one in. Remember that night we had 5? That was a good night. 5 capiche night. Amazing. What a show. Is that it? That's not it. That's it? I guess it is it. I hear it. All right, guys. What a great show. Went a little longer than normal, but thank you very much for calling in, everybody. And the super chats, thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. And moderators, thank you for doing a great job. Don't forget, we've got our friends out there. Go check out their shows. Dark Hour Paranormal, Closer Encounters, Rick's Realm, Third Phase of Moon, and Spaced Out Radio. Can't forget Dave. A lot of good things happening. So we'll be back tomorrow. And I don't know. We'll figure out something to talk about. I'll have a good topic. This was fun tonight. It went a little bit all over, right? It's kind of cool. Don't forget to join GUFON.net. Oh, I wanted to show you. Oh, I'm not on OBS yet. I could still show it. Hold on. Hold on. Don't go yet. I'm going to pull something up. What is this? Hold on. Hold on. This is going to be cool. Hold on a second. I got to find it. Hold on. This is going to be cool. I want you to see this. Somebody made this for us through Third Phase. And he made these for you. You may have seen it on the show. All right, I'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. Be a nice little surprise. I'll throw it in. Maybe I'll do OBS tomorrow. How was the stream? Did it work? Did everything work? Keep going? You want me to keep going? Guys, I can't. I'm done. I don't feel good. We'll go tomorrow. Tomorrow, all right? We'll be back tomorrow. See you guys. That was awesome. That was the best ever. It's almost over. How come that didn't go out? Oh, I see. Shh. Mwah! Lisa Marie. Go get some sleep, big boys. Go get some sleep.